What's up, everybody? This is Aaron, Quality Service Today. Plumbing again out of Mebane, North Carolina. We're going to go over real quick how to replace your pressure switch on your well system. Reasons pressure switches can go bad. Sometimes ants get in them. Sometimes the pressure tank, and like in the other video I made, pressure fluctuating, burn the contacts up. It's really best to go ahead and replace the switch. Those things are electrical. When they get worn contacts, they can start fires, they can burn, they can melt, lots of things. So that'll be in one of my other videos. Make sure you check those out on, diagnosing a bad pressure switch. Today we're going to go over how to replace one. We got my awesome new toy here, Milwaukee Rocket Light, giving us some more light here, making sure everything's lit up good so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. So first things first, turn your breaker off. Turn your breaker off. You want to make sure you don't get electrocuted. So we can check power before we do it. I'm going to use my little UEI electric meter. This is 240 volts. Sometimes they're 115, but most of the time they're 240 volts. You got a red wire coming in, you got a black wire coming in. You're going to check those two. Make sure you got the incoming power, because if you check these two going to the pump, going out of the house, you're not going to have power. Best thing to do is just check all of them. So, turn your power off. Drain your system down. You can look at your pressure gauge. Make sure the system drains all the way down. While you're draining the system down, alright guys, I got the wires disconnected. You're going to want to unscrew the pressure switch. Now look, I'm going to be honest with you. Alright, change everything. Pressure switch, nipple, and gauge. Check your air pressure in your tank while you're at it. If your tank's fairly new, tanks can be pretty pricey, pretty expensive. We're going to have some water come out of here just because of back pressure and things like that. We're going to reduce that. This nipple right here, do not get a galvanized one, get a brass one. If you get galvanized, is what happens, they clog up. They clog up with rust, they'll cause you to lose water. While you're in here, go ahead, even if it is brass, I've seen them clog up with real bad water quality. Go ahead and replace your nipple, your pressure switch, and your gauge. Just unscrew it. Try not to flood everything out here. It's always got quite a bit of water, especially the way this thing's plumbed up. But we're going to put some Teflon tape on it. This is good tape, y'all. Mega tape. It's thicker. It's really good tape. None of that cheap junk from box stores. Get out my Milwaukee shop vacuum a little bit and vacuum this mess up I'm making. We're going to put some, I like Teflon and dope, just personal preference. Once you have a leak one or two times on just using one or the other, you'll start using both. So we're going to screw that back on there. Let's say this is a new switch. Look, if you're at a box store, they make these in different. Typically, professional plumbers are only going to carry one switch. They make these switches in 30-50, 40-60, and 20-40. 20-40, you're not going to see very much at all. Typical submersible wells are going to have a 40-60 or 30-50. If you have a jet pump, it's not going to be a setup like this. Jet pumps can't handle that higher pressure, so you're going to have the 3050 or the 2040. So put Romex connectors in, guys. Again, this is 240 volts. You get a short, you're going to lose power. I'm going to get these wires hooked back up. All right, guys. I got my wires hooked back up. Is how you wire these things is usually you're going to color match the sides. See this bar, the switch split in half? Electrical disconnects are the same way. It's best go ahead and wire it up this way. Match the colors on one side of the switch. Green is ground. We can go ahead and turn the power back on now. And I'll show you how to adjust the switch. Before we kick the power back on, we'll check the air pressure in our tank. Like I said in my other video, the tank needs to be 2 pounds under the turn on point. So we have a 40-60 switch here. We need to have 38 pounds of air in the tank. We got our 38 pounds. We can go ahead and kick it back on. Hear it running, double check, power coming in. Switch just kicked off, so I'm positive we got good power. 240 volts. All right. We're about 5 pounds shy of 60 pounds. So the switch is probably just a little bit off out of the box. I'll show you guys how to adjust it. All right, show you guys how to adjust this. Most of these are going to be 3/8. This one is an 8mm. It works best with a ratchet or something, a nut driver similar. So we are sitting at 55 pounds. So when you tighten the nut to the right, it increases the pressure of the switch. When you loosen it, it backs it off. So I want to add some pressure to this. I'm going to tighten it down a little bit. So sometimes you got to relieve some pressure. So it's best to leave like a hose spigot running and control it by your shut-off valve that's right there at your pump or your pressure tank. Get the pump kicked back on. Shut your valve back off, let it build all the way back up. Watch your pressure. Got a little too much there. Just remember, power's hot, so don't be touching that with metal. Alright, kick back on. A nut driver really is easier than a ratchet. So this is your 20-pound increment high and low. As you tighten that nut, it's going to stay in 20 pounds. I don't recommend messing with that. That's your high range. So you can close that 20 pound gap. 20 pounds is set by the manufacturer. If you mess with the little one, it might mess you all up. And once you get this out of whack, it's really hard to get back right. But that's how you replace your pressure switch. How you set it. Remember, air in tank 2 pounds less than the kick-on pressure. On off 40-60. So on is 40, tank needs to be at 38. More pressure more pressure, air pressure in the tank, less water it has to drain down before it kicks on, more your pump kicks on and off. So keep in mind, bigger this pressure tank, better it is on your well pump. Hope this helps everybody out. I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you.